Please stand and welcome our official party. Please be seated. We acknowledge and respect the traditional custodians whose ancestral lands we are meeting on today. We acknowledge the deep feelings of attachment and relationship of Aboriginal people to country. We also pay respects to other Aboriginal people and elders present here attending from other areas of Australia. We acknowledge that many cultures live on this land today, and we should collectively respect the land, its past and present story for our future generations to enjoy. With that, please join us in viewing an acknowledgement of country to express our collective respect for the traditional custodians of country where learning and research takes place.
Across Australia and the world, wherever our students learn, our researchers discover, and our communities meet, we acknowledge the traditional owners and custodians of the lands. We acknowledge that our footprint extends across the lands. We pay our respects to our elders, past, present, emerging, and those still to come. And we acknowledge the essential place that all First Nations peoples have within our university, through our languages, cultures, knowledge and ceremonies, as sovereign peoples in our regions and communities. At Charles Sturt University, we are guided in everything we do by the Wiradjuri phrase, Yindamara Wanangala, the wisdom of respectfully knowing how to live well in a world worth living in. Its essence of meaning is that we all seek to create a world worth living in by developing and spreading knowledges. And we do so by making connections and building relationships, connecting all students to educational opportunities that facilitate and focus on them reaching their potentials, connecting our research to real-world contexts, connecting new technologies with traditional knowledge systems to recover, protect ecosystems and to forge a more sustainable future. Connecting people to share ideas as we work together for a brighter tomorrow. One that respects First Nations ways of knowing, being and doing, and creates a world worth living in.
Please now all stand and join Ms. Liz Player in singing the first verse of the National Anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one. soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. Thank you, Liz. I now invite the Presiding Officer, Vice-Chancellor Professor Renee Leon, to deliver the opening address.
Graduates and guests, I'm delighted to welcome you to the 2023 Charles Sturt University graduation ceremony. I would like to acknowledge that we meet on the lands of the Darug people and pay my respects to their ancestors and to elders past and present, and to extend that respect to First Nations people here today. And I want to extend a special welcome to University Council members who are with us today, Emeritus Professor Joyce Kirk and Associate Professor Dr. Diane McGrath, and to thank our guest speaker, Deputy Vice-Chancellor Professor Graham Brown. And I thank all of you, including those joining us on the live stream, for being part of today's celebrations. I would like to welcome our graduates, along with your family and friends, to commemorate the completion of this significant milestone in your lives. It's an honour and a pleasure that we can come together today to celebrate the achievements of our graduates and the support of their families and communities. Your achievement in graduating today is a testament to your ambition and your dedication. Your graduation day is the opportunity to share your joy and your thanks with loved ones who've supported you throughout your journey, the journey that's brought you to this defining moment. Our graduates are a diverse range of students. Some here today might be the first person in their family to graduate from university. Some have completed their degrees on campus, some have studied part-time, many have balanced work and family responsibilities, and many have completed their entire degree online. I hope for every pathway taken that our graduates have built meaningful memories and, for many, made lasting friendships. Irrespective of how you completed your degree, all of you have worked extremely hard in order to pursue your goals, and I offer you my praise for your dedication and perseverance. At Charles Sturt University, we're aware of the important role we play in developing the skills that our communities need. We're extremely proud to have the highest graduate employment rate in the nation, and our graduate starting salaries are also among the highest. With the hands-on experience that you've gained during your studies, you're uniquely placed to go out into the world and enjoy a career that makes a real difference to your community. Acknowledging the culture and insight of Indigenous Australia, as mentioned in the Welcome to Country, our ethos is described by the Wiradjuri phrase, Yindimara Winangana, which means the wisdom of respectfully knowing how to live well in a world worth living in. Our graduates are now ideally positioned to create and contribute to a vibrant and sustainable future where they make a contribution to a world worth living in. With a degree from Charles Sturt University, your options are endless. You join the ranks of Charles Sturt alumni who are giving back to their communities on a local, national, and global scale. At some point, I'm sure that every student graduating today will have faced some challenges along the way. Do take a moment after you've crossed the stage to reflect on your significant academic achievement despite all the challenges and how it will help you get to where you want to be in the future. But graduation is a day not only to reflect on your journey, but to celebrate what you've achieved. To you all, I extend my sincere congratulations. Enjoy the well-deserved recognition for your efforts today. Being here for your graduation is a remarkable achievement, and I'm sure will be the first step to many more. I wish you every success as you continue your personal and professional journey. And remember, as alumni, you will always be valued members of the Charles Sturt community. We look forward to hearing your stories of how you've made a difference and changed the world for the better. Once again, congratulations on your graduation and best wishes for the future.
I'm now honoured to introduce our Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Professor Graham Brown. As the Vice-Chancellor's Senior Academic Executive, Professor Brown oversees the delivery of academic programs, the maintenance of academic standards, the provision of learning and teaching support, and the operation of the faculties. This includes line management of the Executive Deans, the Pro-Vice-Chancellor of Learning and Teaching, the Executive Director of Library Services, the Executive Director of Student Success, and the Director, Academic Quality and Standards. Prior to joining Charles Sturt, Professor Brown was the Pro-Vice-Chancellor Academic at the University of Western Australia, UWA. The position was responsible for the strategic leadership of curriculum and course design, as well as academic quality assurance and TEXA compliance. His other roles at UWA included Head of School of Social Sciences and Dean of Postgraduate Coursework. Before arriving in Australia in 2014 from his native UK, Professor Brown held several academic roles at the University of Bath and was the researcher of the University of Oxford. While at the University of Bath, the last role he held was Associate Dean Research of the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, and he also served as the Director of the Centre for Development Studies. Professor Brown's research expertise is in the political economy of inequality and diversity, including educational inequality and its policy implications. He has authored numerous publications in the field and consulted on these issues with a range of national and international organisations, including the UK Department of International Development, the Gates Foundation Centre for Economic Development, Office for the High Commissioner for Human Rights, and several UN agencies. Throughout his career in higher education, Professor Brown has contributed to a number of university boards and committees, research institutes, industry conferences, and academic publications. For 6 years, he served on the editorial board of the University of Oxford's Oxford Development Studies Journal, and prior to this served in the journal's associate editor for 4 years. Professor Brown holds a PhD in Political Science and a Master of Arts in International Studies, Asian Pacific Region, from the University of Nottingham, and a Bachelor of Arts in Economics and Politics from the University of Warwick. Please join me in welcoming Professor Graham Brown.
Thank you. Vice-Chancellor, Dr McGrath, Professor Kirk, honoured guests, and above all, our fantastic graduates. It's a pleasure and an honour to be able to deliver this guest speech this afternoon, but I have to confess when I was asked to do it, I was faced with two small problems. The first was what to say, and the second was how to say it. In terms of how to say it, the challenge for me was that when I first arrived in Australia about 10 years ago and took up my position then in Perth, one of the first events that I attended at the University of Western Australia was a graduation ceremony, much like this one, although they don't do it as well as we do, where the guest speaker was Tim Minchin. He set the bar quite high. Some of you may have seen it. If you haven't, do go Google his graduation speech at UWA. It's a wonderful, witty and wise graduation speech. So that was my introduction to Australian academia, and it's always made me a little bit intimidated about having to follow in his footsteps. The second challenge is what to say, because these speeches are supposed to be offering you words of wisdom and advice from my own personal experience as you go out into the big wide world with your new Charles Sturt University degree. The problem for me is I haven't really seen much of the big wide world. I've been in universities pretty much my whole life. I stuck my nose out of universities for 1 year and didn't much like it and went scurrying back to the university sector. So I've got a bit of a challenge talking to you about words of wisdom from the relative privilege of the ivory towers in which I've worked all my life. Obviously, my demographic, white, male, middle-class Englishman is not one that's had to face many structural obstacles in my career either. But I thought, in thinking about what I could talk about, I think one of the themes that is very common and is in our motto, or one of the implications of our motto, Yindimara Winangana, is the theme of change. And many of you have experienced extraordinary change through your degrees. Some of you will have started probably before we'd even heard of this thing called COVID and studied all the way through lockdowns and other restrictions. Some of you maybe have faced tragic loss through that period as well. And others of you maybe have started your degrees, started your studies during COVID, but all of us have experienced significant change. The higher education sector as a whole is also changing significantly. This year, there's been nothing on our lips at our conferences, at our powwows when we get together, other than ChatGPT and artificial AI and the challenges that presents for the sector. But one of the key messages I want to start with then is to look for the positives in change. Because change is traumatic, change happens around us all the time, but there are always positives that we can take from change, and that you have to be on the lookout for those positives. The world of work has been changed in a positive way by COVID. The possibility for more flexible working arrangements, which often benefit women and carers and people with other responsibilities is a fantastic change to the working environment, which many companies, many organisations are still struggling to grapple with, but we know that we will not be going back to the world in Sydney, I understand, often a 90-minute commute to work every day. So that is a positive we can take from COVID. And the same with ChatGPT for the higher education sector. Our first response as a sector to ChatGPT and generative AI was one of outright panic. What did this mean for academic integrity? What did this mean for making sure that essays were truly authored by the students who were submitting them? When tests showed that artificial AI could pass exams as well as human subjects could. But increasingly over the course of the year, we've started talking about the positives, how we can use AI to assist, how we can use AI to really help in learning. Just today, we were talking about a grant that one of my colleagues here has received around virtual reality, and how we can use virtual reality and AI to help students understand circumstances that we can't generate in a classroom, to really experience that more positive way. So look out for the positives in change. They will always be there. Never miss a good crisis. And try to make sure that you make the best of that change as it careers past us. There's a lot of research at the moment from organisations like Deloitte's looking at the future of work and saying that graduates these days will face 7 or 8 different careers in their lifetime. To me, that's a very negative and pessimistic way at looking at your future. You will have one career, and it will be absolutely awesome. And one of the reasons is it will be much more varied and exciting than the careers of the past. Gone are the days of having the same job for 40 years, but with the challenge of that also comes the excitement and the need to adapt and the opportunities that come with it. But there is a rejoinder to that, I think, which is really important, and it's really fundamental to the ethos of Charles Sturt, which is to look out for those left behind by change. Change often leaves people behind, and often those people left behind are those who come from less privileged, less lucky positions in terms of structural biases than white middle-class male Englishmen. So it's really important, as you look for those opportunities for change, to look out for and look after those people who are left behind. Make sure you're always the one who is thinking of others while you're forging that path ahead. And in that context, I think the final real bit of advice that I would give around this is to be proud of your role. I was thinking about actually titling my speech in praise of humble bragging, because I think we live in a world increasingly where the view that you should not be proud of your achievements has become very dominant, and that you absolutely have to be proud of your achievements. Today, you should be very proud of your achievements in graduating from Charles Sturt, but into the future, be proud of your achievements, boast about your achievements, but also recognise those people who helped you and brought you on the way. The Vice-Chancellor mentioned, and we are very proud as a university, you will have seen it on our slides, of our statistics that we are consistently the #1 employer in the #1 university in the country for graduate employment. That's a statistic we're very proud of. But the reality, of course, is it's you guys who go out and get those jobs, not us. So you are the ones who are delivering on that statistic and giving us something that we can be proud of as a university in delivering. So embrace the change that your career will see. Make sure you are proud of your achievements as you go through it, but keep an eye out and keep support for those who are left behind by change. You've gone through a lot to come to graduate here. It's a fantastic achievement. You've got your friends and family here to support you and who have supported you. So today is a time for celebration, to be proud, and I congratulate you all on your achievements. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Brown. Graduates and distinguished guests, we are now at the most important part of our ceremony. I now invite Associate Professor Lewis Bizot to present the graduates from the Faculty of Business, Justice and Behavioural Sciences to the Presiding Officer, Vice-Chancellor, Professor Renee Leon.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Doctor of Business Administration, Rebecca Leanne Hogan, whose thesis title was The Influence of Hedonic and Utilitarian Motivations on User Experience and Engagement within the Australian Tertiary Credit Card Market. This thesis examines how tertiary students' credit card acquisition and use are shaped by norms, materialism and shopping values of enjoyment versus usefulness. The findings demonstrate the complexity of credit card behaviour, even with young consumers entering a new stage of their life. Vice-Chancellor, I present Dr. Rebecca Leanne Hogan. Abdul Curtis Wazazada, whose thesis title was Sustainable Mobility Solution for Road Users Using Intelligent Transport Systems, Australian Paradigm. Intelligent transport systems use information and communication technology to sustainably enhance mobility on the road network, providing increased productivity in the economy. The qualitative research identified world-best intelligent transport systems practice and an alarming gap in its adoption in Australia compared with other advanced nations. The findings of the research contribute to the development of an appropriate strategy for enhancing implementation of intelligent transport systems in Australia. Vice-Chancellor, I present Dr. Abdul Curtis Wazizada. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Doctor of Information Technology, Alan Leslie Ibbott, whose thesis title was An Examination of Real-World Data Leakage for IoT Devices. A distributed sensor network was assembled and installed around a high school campus in Australia to measure leakage from IoT devices. Children were trained on how to change their device settings. The DSN again measured the amount of leakage to see if children modified their device settings. The study revealed the amount of data leaked was less than the traffic captured before the intervention. Thus, the intervention had an effect on children's behaviour. Vice-Chancellor, I present Dr. Alan Leslie Ibbott. Lin Din Pham, whose thesis title was An Exploration of Non-Contact Cardiopulmonary Measurement Using the Smartphone in Rescue Relief Events. This research develops a non-contact cardiopulmonary detection method for identifying living humans entrapped under heavy debris. It uses safe frequencies similar to smartphone devices to establish a relationship between the wavelength of vital signs and the trapped human positions and physiological conditions. This method can reduce the average rescue time from a week to a few minutes, which significantly enhances the chances of saving lives during natural disasters. Vice-Chancellor, I present Dr. Lin Din Pham. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Doctor of Psychology, Clinical, Dawn Christie Haynes, whose thesis title was Yoga as a Supplementary Treatment for Addiction in the Context of Comorbid Psychosis. The efficacy of yoga as a treatment for individuals with substance and polysubstance use disorders in the context of psychosis and other morbidities was investigated in a public hospital setting. Improvements in emotional regulation, quality of life, physical health, and reduced cravings suggest that yoga may be beneficial in improving aspects of psychological and physical health that support recovery for people with comorbid substance use and psychotic disorders. Vice-Chancellor, I present Dr. Dawn Christie Haynes. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Doctor of Philosophy, Nectarios Kostadopoulos, whose thesis title was Detection of Emotional Stress from Physiological Data Using Wearables. The thesis aimed to detect individual emotional stress from the psychological data collected through wearable devices and discover knowledge on indicators of emotional stress. It collected real-world data from 27 participants using wearable devices and then performed pre-processing of raw data to build decision tree forest classifiers for knowledge discovery and emotional stress detection. The findings can be applicable to various domains with complex time series data. Vice-Chancellor, I present Dr. Nectarios Kostadopoulos. Christina Suzanne Farrell, whose thesis title was Teenage Girls' Experiences on Social Media, a discursive exploration of institutional power and identity formation. A social constructionist qualitative study explored how teenage girls self-present and self-disclose on social media. A Foucauldian-informed thematic discourse analysis produced an institutional to individual model illustrating how the sphere of institutional power, cultural ideology, dominant discourses, and the systems drive a focus on individual responsibility, constructing a circular process for the girls of aspiration, dissatisfaction, and self-improvement. Vice-Chancellor, I present Dr. Christina Suzanne Farrell. Saeed Usman Jamal, whose thesis title was Intelligent Task Offloading and Resource Allocation for IoE Devices in Smart Environment. The thesis presents intelligence task offloading and resource allocation algorithms for Internet of Everything, IoE devices. These devices have low computational powers and rely on other devices for computing their tasks, such as information retrieval and storage. The proposed algorithms showed significant improvement in computational times and increased system efficiency. This research helps in building smart places for improving the daily lives of people. Vice-Chancellor, I present Dr. Saeed Usman Jamil. Melinda Lee Williams, whose thesis title was Female Intrasexual Competition, Self-Promotion, Social Media, Sabotage and Spending. Women maximise their reproductive success by actively competing with other women to attract and retain high-quality partners and to accrue financial and social resources. This thesis explores how women use makeup, social media, appearance advice, and public displays of wealth and luxury to further their own reproductive goals while sabotaging the success of rival women. Findings reveal the ubiquitous and covert nature of female-female competitive tactics. Vice-Chancellor, I present Dr. Melinda Lee Williams. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Master of Applied Finance. With distinction, Riley Francis Cable. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Masters of Business Administration, Chandra Laurel Ball. Anne-Marie Roberta Binger. Holly Marie Wyatt. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Master of Business Administration, Computing. With distinction, Daniel Vagulins. Stephen Wills Cook. Mitchell John Hatherley. Mesad Nanak. Vincent Frederick Tanny. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Master of Business Leadership, with distinction, Simone Louise Story. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Master of Clinical Psychology, with distinction, Ria Forsyth. Joanne Nami Haldane. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Master of Cloud Computing and Virtualization. With distinction, Christopher Jenkins. Nidhin Chenangad Narayan. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Master of Commerce. Chair Monica. Shireen Hassan. Aman Bir Singh Khurana. Basanjav Van Den Dorj. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Master of Cybersecurity. With distinction, Carlos Antonio Del Rio. With distinction, Alastair Hutchinson. With distinction, Alex Michael Kessick. With distinction, Jonathan Lim. With distinction, Benjamin John Luck. With distinction, Ajay Praji Petroda. Yuk Tong Chan. Michael Jason Hardy. Benjamin Zeno Kiriopa York. Haiman Shukuma Kenubai Meta. Douglas Mube Iwa. Hyen Tam Nyen. Robert John Pitts. Dominic Gibson Callisto Samji. Hin Souza. Michael James Stock. Aaron Taylor. James Townsend. Vice-Chancellor, I present the Graduate and the Master of Cyber Studies and Investigations. With distinction, Bradley John Hallett. Vice-Chancellor, I present the Graduate and the Master of Dispute Resolution, Emily Louise Dunlop. Vice-Chancellor, I present the Graduate and the Master of Emergency Management, Christian King. Vice-Chancellor, I present the Graduates and the Master of Human Resource Management. With distinction, Sandra Lee Orchard. With distinction, Gillian Amy Bright. Brittany Elise Haskins. Samuel Mutura Naia. Vice-Chancellor, I present the Graduates and the Master of Information Technology. With distinction, Suet Kin Chan. With distinction, Alberyl Gambold. With distinction, Gabriel Nickerson. With distinction, Lyuben Vassiliev. With distinction, Eduardo Humberto Vergara Gonzalez. Pradip Adhikari. Jason Atkinson. Samuel Christopher Baker. Anwish Batithkoki. Hoki. Kara Camille Mansueto Cabagao. Pranitha Chiluka. Sujit Dahal. Wira Soroya Mahawatagi Nahawantha Priya Sanka Fernando. Saraswati Garong. Pamod Cheturath Jindasara Hindu Gala Dewagi. Aisha Sadiqa Kalsum. Pralhad Koirala. Ma Camille Vergara Latina. Sharuk Naeem. Sirag Pandit. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Master of Professional Accounting. With distinction, Inc. Inchimeg Munk Ordoj. With distinction, Benjamin James Slade. Twinkle Kana. Jennifer Lang. Un Ali. Vice-Chancellor, I present the Graduate and the Master of Professional Psychology, Rifline Sophia Tsanis. Vice-Chancellor, I present the Graduate in the Master of Social Organisation Leadership, with distinction, Karen Abbey. Vice-Chancellor, I present the Graduate in the Graduate Diploma of Human Resource Management, Lisa Joan Kennedy. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Graduate Diploma of Psychology, Andrea Tyree Cooper. Willa Kata. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Graduate Certificate in Applied Business, Kelly Ann Legakis. Thank you. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Graduate Certificate in Applied Data Science, Jake Kerr Cleary. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Graduate Certificate in Applied Digital Marketing, Belinda Jane Clinton. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Graduate Certificate in Business Administration Computing, Melissa Ann McAuliffe. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Graduate Certificate in Cloud Computing and Virtualization, Mato Dowd. Peter Peppers. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Graduate Certificate in Community Leadership and Resilience, Adriana Palmer. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Graduate Certificate in Cybersecurity, Jaswinder Singh Baparai. Christopher John Burton. John Michael Campbell. Jean-Claude Jonathan de Rebillard. John Peter Arana Estanislau. Blake Barry Gordon Fitzgerald. Michael Adam Fox. Gnai Ruzela Herden. Mark Owen Johnson. Adam Kuleza. Monica Liem. Dandapani Manikim. Ernesto Marquez. Shailendra Shestra. Rajpal Singh Sidhu. Benitha Sudhir. Van Ten. Fubara George Womati. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Graduate Certificate in Fire Investigation, Graham Charles Simpfendorfer. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Graduate Certificate in Human Resource Management, Juanita Louise Glover. Susan Ringo Parsons. Marie-Therese Risk. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Graduate Certificate in Industrial Relations, Ashley John Denton. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Graduate Certificate in Industry Computing, Danusha Sharadi Abisekera. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Graduate Certificate in Information Technology, Stephanie Sasha De La Tour. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Graduate Certificate in Project Management, Jason Critch. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Bachelor of Social Science, Psychology Honours, with First Class 1, Sarah Anstis. With Honours Class 2, Division 1, Lucy Nicola Jones. With Honours Class 2, Division 2, Jacqueline Peter Simond. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Bachelor of Technology, Civil / Master of Engineering, Civil. With distinction, Ethan James Carter. With distinction, Georgina Willis. David Bichara Garais. Alexander Kuhnel. Emmeline Rocks. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Bachelor of Accounting. With distinction, Tobias Joseph Fitzgibbon. With distinction, Mikey Lee Rose Griffiths. With distinction, Gemma Saloya. With distinction, Tara Templeton. With distinction, Karine Joy Toguino. Mary Andriani. Michaela Lee Daniel. Amber Rose Dearago. Emma Louise Gardner. Lee Jones. Alison Louise Lennon. Megan Marden. Joy Racinos. Monique Amanda Rust. Yatsagan Sivarasa. Annie Elizabeth Tonta. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Bachelor of Business, Julia Weber. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Bachelor of Business, Finance, Jack Holmes. Rahul Rowan Sen. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Bachelor of Business, Human Resource Management. With distinction, Lauren Ray Moody. Georgia Ann Brooks. Cheyenne Brooks. Renee Alice Butterworth. Christina Duchon. Kirsty Angel Hall. Melissa Waters. Catty Jane Whale. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Bachelor of Business Management, William Charles Arthur. Brendan James Sweet. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Bachelor of Business Studies, Carly Fennell. Julie Krieger. John Malagaya. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Bachelor of Computer Science. Georgia Grace McCarty. John Wayne Olson. Drew Robertson. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Bachelor of Information Technology, Lewis Paul Byrne. Christian Carniel. Subeksha Gurung. Anish Kaki. Chiring Mokhtan. Tawanka Dilshan Mura Mudaliji. Priya Pokharel. Lovepreet Singh. Walter Wilhelm. Milandeep Kaur. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Bachelor of Laws, Emily Cheryl Minter. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Bachelor of Psychology, Anna Julianne Crosby. Thomas Bruce Locke. Taylor Rogers. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Bachelor of Social Sciences Psychology, Damayanti Gupta. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Associate Degree in Business, Janice Heidi McGrath. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Diploma of Engineering Studies, Jackery Jared Jigger. Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the Faculty of Business, Justice and Behavioural Science graduates.
I now call upon Miss Julie Cricker to deliver the response by the graduates' representative.
Good afternoon to the presiding officer, Professor Leon, our guest speaker, Professor Brown, council members Dr McGrath and Emeritus Professor Kirk, distinguished guests, fellow graduates and our family and friends. My name is Julie Cricker, and like my fellow students, I'm thrilled to be here today to celebrate our graduation after years of hard work. I am deeply honoured to have been chosen to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of my fellow graduates. Firstly, a big congratulations to all of you for completing this massive achievement. There are very few of us who breeze through university. Most people advocate that it's loads of fun, mixed with the getting of wisdom, spreading of wings, and gaining of maturity. It is those things, but it also at times overpowers you, makes you feel inadequate, and that you are not good enough. We have all had our challenges, whether it is language barriers, juggling time when assessments are due while prioritising family and children, or managing studying and employment. It's all in there. It also takes a team to get you there. The lecturers, academic skills team, other students, family and friends, and some divine intervention at times. I have endured those self-pep talks, but have also really appreciated the positive comments from my wonderful, supportive family and friends. One of my favourite sayings that came from an American ultramarathon runner is, run when you can, walk if you have to, crawl if you must, but just never give up. Personally, I could have given up a few times, especially when I had 4 assessments due at the same time. But look at all of us now. We got there. It might have taken some of us 20 years, like me, but we got there in the end. So the person we really need to thank most is ourselves. We should be proud of our accomplishments. I wish to gratefully thank my team, but also the often hidden team of academics, the CSU School of Business Board, coordinators, library team, the academic skills team, advisors, the mentors team, counsellors, student representative body, the events team here today, and my classmates. They were all part of my university journey. I'm so proud of all of us because I now know what it takes to complete a degree. Lastly, I would like to very much thank our guest speaker for taking the time to speak to us today at today's ceremony. May I ask you to all please show our gratitude. As a token of our appreciation, I would like to present Professor Brown with this gift. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Julie. I now invite back the presiding officer, Vice-Chancellor, Professor Renee Leon, to deliver the charge to graduates.
Will all the graduates please stand? Newly conferred graduates of Charles Sturt University, I entrust you to use the knowledge and skills you have acquired to respectfully live well in a world worth living in, to work collaboratively with others for the benefit of your profession and community, and to develop and spread wisdom to live and work in a sustainable world. Please remain connected to the university and your fellow graduates through our Charles Sturt University alumni community. Guests, I now invite you please to give our graduates a huge round of applause. Thank you, graduates. You may now be seated.
Graduates and our distinguished guests, that concludes our ceremony. On behalf of the Vice-Chancellor and all Charles Sturt University staff, I would like to thank you for being part of our celebration and invite you all to join us for refreshments. Please stand while the official party retires. Our graduates will then follow the official party.